versus EnVyUs. Only one can move on to the next round, to the top three. Let's get into game one. Over on the commentary desk, we have Golden Boy and Walshy standing by. Take it away, guys.
All right, everyone. Golden Boy here to bring you the action alongside with Kratos' inspiration, Walshy. It's time for us to jump into this bad boy. It's going to be a great matchup here. Pnda has been making some noise throughout this competition. Envy came off of a insane victory there against LG. It seems like Pnda, off the break, are able to pick up the camo.
It's a great start. Not only did they get the camo, but they've picked up 2 kills, snipe down, and I believe that was now Mikwin also falling. That's 2 down. We're going to see what Pnda can do to position themselves to potentially set for a flag cap. Right now, it seems like they're playing a bit more defensive. As we know, Kratos is still on that halfway point of the map. Looks like they were just waiting to see if they could pick off any sneaky members of Envy, and I like this play a lot. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. He's looking for one and finding another one down there. Can he find him?
No!
He got the trade on it, though. That was still very
Could have been worse.
Nevertheless, Native, they're trying to make some moves with the flag, but that was not going to happen here.
We all envisioned how well that could have gone.
Imagine if all 3 of them went up and then he just like back-whacks them all.
Yeah, that was like the play of dreams, but it was just a situation because at some point, once you see your teammates starting to get shot and they start to push out and they don't go in the exact position you expect them to, at some point you can't just hesitate. You just got to start doing damage. That's what Kratos did. He decided to put some shots in, and it may have been a bit premature and he might have missed a shot or two, but in the end, he still had the right idea and set themselves up for potentially a sick play.
I gotta say, man, Kratos has been playing the best Halo 5 I've ever seen him play in this tournament. He has just been on the money. Snipe down, though, trying to make that flag move out of the base, but it is going to get stopped right away. Here comes Pistola now, sneaky as ever. Creeps up on Denox side. And wisely enough backs away, and that's the thing. Now Denox, he tossed those nades up, so he has really like no understanding of where he could possibly be, and he creeps up right behind him there with the cleanup immediately. That's just things that Pistola he's very good at. Other players probably would have gotten tagged up with a nade, but Ola always finds a way to avoid it.
He's just been around too long. Like, we're just kind of taking his word for it that he's, what, like 24 years old? Like, we don't know. He could be 200 years old at this point.
Yeah.
We're talking like a wizard from Lord of the Rings or something like that. Like back in the Halo 1 battles, back in the day when Ola was there. Like,
is that supposed to be like your dramatic voice, Dave?
I guess so. I'm pretty monotone, so that's I just kind of changed my inflection.
Halo days. Anyway, no, but I totally get it, man. Ola, this guy, he's been around for what feels like a century, and his face reflects it. But good news is, though, we have ourselves a matchup. Envy managed to put one on the board. It's going to be 1-0 here, and Envy coming out strong out of the gate against Pnda. But don't expect Pnda to just keel over and die. This is a fighting team. You've seen that passion on the main stage. Snipe down, though, finds one. Cuts Nated down the sides. Looking for Straight Sick as well. Can he get it? No, Straight Sick overcomes.
Straight Sick, no stranger to clutching out last-second battles here on Truth. Known as one of the better free-for-all players in recent years.
He just has an incredible shot.
He always hits everything. As I say that, we give him the caster curse. He gets taken down by the help of Mikwin's teammate. I believe that was Hook.
Nated with the sword. A great combination to make this flag move. If you're new to Halo, you get a little bit of a speed boost when you run with the sword in your hand.
Such a good play right there.
That actually was really good because he recognized that his teammates were down. He was not in a winnable position here. Now he's going to rotate on the other side and maybe catch someone off guard.
Here's the thing. Even if his teammates weren't there yet, or his teammates didn't get picked off, his whole mindset that he was just going to take up more real estate and put himself in position to get these kills. Trying to throw out a grenade. Looks like they get the double recov as they finally get the return. And I assume both flags back at base. We're going to see what Snipe Down can do here at Paint 3.
That was a really well-played instance there by Nated. He took the flag out. He recognized he had absolutely no support, and instead of trying to Superman it and bring it over to his side of the base, or of the map, he instead drops it out, comes back around. That right there, it just shows the veteran mindset of this player, and also just guys like even Mikwin too, who've been in this space for such a long time. There's so many vets in here with some fresh faces. This is basically what Halo 5 is all about. Meet the old with the new. His game has started off, and it's already been incredible.
Just gonna say, we talked about a bunch of vets, but seeing all the plays that Hook makes, you would assume he's been playing for 5-10 years by now, but he is only what, 16, 17 years old?
I know, he's
only
a child.
Playing
He's an
playing since I've been 18.
Looking for another.
Oh my God.
Get the Dubskis. Maybe a triple. I don't know. Is he feeling thirsty? Oh, he's not. Teammate took the flag. But it's okay, though, because he's going to have the sword. He called it out. He said, guys, I have this. Let's go ahead and make this one happen here. And he's going to just beam across the map. Nice stuff there. Goes in for the ground pound for some added substance. There you go. And that's going to be the second fly cap there for Team Envy. But Pnda managed to take down 2, so now they're going to have to fight on the defense here. Let's see what they can do to react.
Envy looking really strong, and I had a question mark against them here on Sunday just based on how their earlier series went against Liquid. And also here against the Luminosity match. Nothing to take away from some of the other squads, but generally I would consider Envy to be above and beyond the second best team here at this event, even though they're ranked 3rd based on their past placings and the fact that they were actually able to take down Optic. To hear them having struggles and being brought to game number 7 against some of these other squads, I just wasn't sure if they were playing their best, but clearly they're playing very good, and every other team is just rising up to the occasion.
Envy is the kind of team that, you know, they consistently like evolve as it goes on, right? They look at the things that they did wrong and then they implement. And that really just contributes to the chemistry that this squad has. They're able to trust one another in those circumstances. Pnda had to reload, but he's going to have that trusty Magnum in play, and that's going to be the 3rd cap as the boys in blue strike here and take game number 1, 3-0 against Pnda.
That was fairly dominating. Besides a couple great objective plays we saw from Nated or that sneaky camel play from Kratos, it felt like Envy were by far in the driver's seat. They were outslayed 50-34 during that game. Sorry, Envy had 50 kills.
Hey, 50-34.
Yeah, 50-34.
Same
just like
scoreline from last time. Because I'm an idiot.
For those that don't get the reference, basically yesterday, Golden Boy was doing the quick math on things like, oh, they outslayed 50-34 that game.
It
Yeah,
turned
he
out
didn't realize it was
game.
a Slayer game, and it showed it right on the screen.
I never said I was a smart man, Dave. I never said I was a smart man. All right.
Neither have I. I've never said that.
I know you haven't. It hurts. Words hurt. Okay, look at this here. You got some great numbers put up by Envy. Snipe down 17.
Tremendous numbers. The best numbers.
The best numbers. You know, he has the best numbers. And to be honest with you, on Pnda, that was more just Envy outplaying them rather than Pnda, you know, kind of in a, like, you know, we talked about a couple series in the past in this competition where it's like, hey, if 1 or 2 things had gone different, maybe it could have worked out for them. But in this particular instance, this was Envy Town from start to finish.
Yeah, that's the thing, is things could have gone significantly better in their favor, and at that point still would have been a, 3-1 flag game? Possibly 3-2? And you make a great point, because there's so many other games this tournament where it's literally a difference of a second or so, like Lethal capping that flag on Fathom, Ryan getting that last second kill against Evil Geniuses to put Team Cryptic one round further in the winner's bracket. Whereas this one, it wasn't a game of seconds.
No.
Or a game of a kill or 2. It was complete Envy domination on Truth, capture the flag.
This was the Envy that I've been wanting to see here, because we know what this squad is capable of doing. I think talking to Lethal a couple times, you know, I had a chance to interview him, and he also said, right, he wants to play Envy. He feels like, oh, hey, this is a team that, you know, should be in top, and without a doubt they should be. They are that damn good. I just think that, you know, for Envy kind of needs to get kicked in the butt a little bit, and then they just start to get themselves into gear. And then when they're in that position, they're a dangerous team. They are a dangerous team who could do things like that Truth CTF 3-0 and make it look like it was child's play.
Well, one thing we always bring up at tournaments, we just talk about, oh yeah, what team showed up today. We also have to highlight how teams can change throughout the day. It's not like the same team you played at 10:30 a.m. is the same team that you might be playing at 5 or 6 p.m. in the losers bracket finals or the finals.
Yeah, it's like when you played, right? You're an old man, so as you played, you got more tired as time went on, right? I understand that. You know, you and Strong Side, Ogre 2. I mean, look at Ogre 2. God bless him. He needs Jesus, you know? But that was final boss. You know?
How come he needs Jesus when he's the god of Halo?
It's very true. No, you need to stop it. You're the worst, literally. Okay. Guys, we got game 2 coming up here just a little bit. It's going to be Regret Team Slayer. This one, though, I would have to say, if there was a game type for Pnda to take, taking a look here at our series layout, which we looked at early, and there it is on the screen. Yay. Hashtag way to go production. I have to say, Regret Slayer could be that matchup for Pnda if they come out with a lot of aggression. You know, we've seen Denoxide pull off some incredible shots, straight sick, and 1v1s typically will come out on top. And if you get Kratos and Nated loud and charging in there, like they could they could really get in EnVy's head and get that W.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. Basically, we look at these two squads, and you would consider Pnda to be an emotional squad that can snowball really quick when things are going their way. As soon as they're winning a few of those fights, they're going to be screaming out where one-shots are. They're going to keep the pressure on that whole time. So some of these faster-paced game types could be what they want to get them back in the series. We're going to have to find out, though, if Regret Team Slayer is going to work for Pnda Gaming. Who do you want to kick this one off with?
You know what? Let's go to the Observer, and I'm going to follow the one and only Naded, my man, because I want to see what he is going to do on this opening here. And just a great start for them. They're able to take down Mikwin right away. Still, no one has picked up OS quite yet. I don't think so. Looking around here, maybe
it had to have been burned.
There's
no possible way here at the beginning that someone didn't either get away with it or burn it. There's no way an overshield's still up. So that overshield I'm counting as burned,
yes.
And as I look over here on the Prowler, it says, yes, it was burned.
That's right. It was burned. It was burned. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here over on the EnVy side. I'm going to find myself Mikwin here as he's continuing to just lay down some cover fire here and allow his teammate to push in to get that kill. Hoop, though, just jumps right in there. One player, actually, that he was dealing with is still there. And shout out to Halo Data Hive, by the way, for providing the stats on Slayer. Regret EnVy with a 64.9% win rate in scrims on this map. Not surprising. Not surprising. You know, again, this is a team with quite a bit of aggression, you know, so they can succeed in that regard. But Pnda 50% though. David, thoughts?
Thoughts right now as I hear Pnda Gaming just screaming all across the board. They have a 2-kill lead, and look at these sort of players. They're instantly flying across the map trying to find some kills, but Mikwin's going to put a stop to that as he gets a perfect kill on Denoxide, gets the double kill on Straight Sick, and is looking for more top center as he charges over into red base.
Not a bad start here for both teams, though. It's all going to be knotted up. Well, it was knotted up 8-8. Now 9-8 here as Mikwin and crew are looking to just collapse onto this next base. Storm rifle in hand, a great weapon to have here. Just absolutely drains those shields. And playing the mid, I like this, right? You're just going to have to force them into an uncomfortable position, but pick up the kills when you can. That's going to be 2 for them, all for the hard work. They're going to be up by 2, and they're getting ready for the next spawn flip here. And you see him right there. He smells the blood. He's going to charge in.
He's hunting for it. I'm surprised he didn't go back and pick up those grenades, but why do you need grenades? You got a storm rifle that you can just melt Straight Sick with. Raining down fire over from Red Carbine side and also staying alive. Mikwin has 2 perfect kills under his belt. I want to see if he's going to get some more before the end of this game, because even though these are some of the best players in the world, these are some of the top players all across. You don't see that many perfect kills that in a game, because all these teams and players are just working together so often that it's very rare that you're going to hit just 5 shots and get those single one-on-ones. But Mikwin, like I said, wrapping up 2 perfect kills so far in this game, and it's just getting started.
Oh, man, all 8 of these players at any point in time can go off. That is why we're in the position that we're in here. It's Championship Sunday. There's $50,000 on the line. You know, they made it to Worlds, but there's still a tournament to play here, and all these guys want to go and get an opportunity to compete for the lion's share of that prize. Also, just want to point out here, you did have EnVy's Mikwin pick up that OS, so he was able to put that one to good use, get himself 6 kills in there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how I felt about the OS. As soon as he was running away, it just felt like he got melted towards the end of it.
He got about half of it, but still, he was able to, he contributed to at least 2 on that one. It was not bad, you know? Like, you at least want to be able to convert. If you convert nothing, that's bad, right? But if you're able to get at least something. But look at that there, man. Pnda, they're able to take out 2 players. Still, though, they are going to be down by 6 here. Naded looking for 1. But EnVy, they're hitting those hot trades. And that is something that EnVy certainly would want, given the lead that they have here, Walsh.
And I'm just hearing the crowd chant right now.
It
seems like we have fans of both sides as we hear some "Let's go EnVy" and some "Let's go Pnda" chants. Not sure who's going to pull away this one so far. Looking like EnVy. Even though we have some hyped plays coming out of Pnda, we've seen them getting loud and get a lead for a little bit. Seems like slow and steady. EnVy are just pulling away with this. 8-kill lead is nothing to scoff at here on Regret Team Slayer.
This next overshield, too, is going to be very important. Keep that in mind, folks. It's coming up in just mere seconds now. And if Pnda are able to secure this one, maybe this would be the opportunity that they were looking for. And looking around here, let's see what we have.
Looks like Pistola, no, overshield, but looks like we had some massive, some technical difficulty there.
I saw some. I don't know. I think everyone on Panda at the same time just stomped on the stage. That's just what it looked like on my end.
Yeah.
That
looks
was
like
a
they'll be
weird
bringing it back to us
situation.
here in a second. We'll find out what the ruling on the stage is because something definitely happened down there. I saw a screen flicker. I saw some players not moving. So we will get this figured out. But I like what Mikwin's mentality. He says, until the refs say stop, I'm going.
Yeah. Well, it seems Mikwin absolutely does not care. But that is exactly what you expect out of the one and only Mikwin. All right. So not bad. Not bad for, a good start for Envy, but just actually got word from the floor that there was a power issue, as a matter of fact. And as someone who has ran many events in my career, I can tell you, it's never fun. It's never fun to have that situation happen. But, happens to the best of us here, guys. We will do our absolute best to keep you updated on the happenings of this game, what the score was, and how everything will pan out. Dave, this has been quite the weekend, though. We've had some incredible matchups.
Yeah. If you look at the weekend as a whole, it has by far been the best Halo 5 weekend as far as actual gameplay, the ridiculously close matches we've had. You might be able to pick out single games or single series from past tournaments that you could rank above individual games and series here. But as a whole, just how many close Team Slayer matches we had, how many last-second flag captures we've seen, you can't top that.
Yeah, and I think that's, I've been talking a lot with a bunch of people about why that's the case, right? Why this event is seen some of the best, most competitive matches that Halo 5 has ever had. And I think that just comes with time, right? This game has been out for quite a while at this point. Players are learning things that, back in just a year ago at the 2016 Halo World Championships, you're seeing players make moves that just people never even thought about. At the time, the game's just advanced. Dare I say, the game itself has leveled up with the players because all the nooks and crannies of the maps and the design and the weaponry and all those abilities that you can kind of meld together to use to your advantage everyone just figured out more unique ways to use them.
And it's just a lot of the individual's awareness, too. It used to
that
have
too.
all these players that came in, and as an individual, they could hold their own. They had great mechanics. They know how to win their individual fights. However, a lot of these players have learned from different listen-ins, from watching scrims, from watching streams in past tournaments, just how to improve their communication, knowing where to be on the map at the right place at the right time. The game is just, like you said, it's grown at a rapid rate over the last year in terms of player skill level.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's been a real joy to be to witness it myself as well as an avid fan of it. We will be sure to get updates on the floor. As you can see, our the HCS and Millennial staff are trying to make sense of the situation, talk to all the players, and get things moving here. Things happen in a live event environment.
Do you like that move Tashi's got going on right now, though? Look he's got
really
a laptop and he's just flipping it around like it's nothing.
It's very clear that he doesn't care about technology. Go to the back, Tosh. He's just flipping it around. That's why your phone breaks. Things like that, kids. Don't do that. But he's probably like gonna come at me later, like, bro, my phone's never broken. Chances are. Oh man!
Despite the technical difficulties and the current situation, look at Pistol.
Always
Always smiling.
Always, man.
He's a crowd favorite for a reason.
Love that man.
He's been around for so many years. People don't like him just for his Halo skills. They also love the dance skills.
Honestly, he has a career as a go-go dancer in Vegas if he keeps it up. You have a career. Ola. Oh my God! What he needs, this guy, he relishes in those moments, man. He loves that.
We have some of the best characters in the Halo scene, without a doubt.
Do.
Compared to other esports scenes,
yeah.
Like we have so many great people and so many great characters here.
A lot of trolls, though. A lot of trolls.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Namely Frosty.
Frosty.
Throw him under the bus. He didn't want to do an interview with me. I was so depressed.
Oh, he did like 4 interviews with me this weekend. Maybe he just didn't want to do one with you?
No, maybe I smell. I don't know. Come here and sniff my musk, please. No? You know what?
No, I'm backing away.
I like how you have this just uncomfortable laugh. You're like,
oh, man. I had, after catching you so many times, I had to perfect this fake laugh, Golden Boy.
Yeah, it's very true. Damn it. You're just the worst. Unbelievable. Well, I mean, we have ourselves quite the matchup here, guys. If you're just joining us, Envy are currently up 1-0 in this best-of-7 series against Pnda Gaming. During the Regret Team Slayer matchup, there was a power issue that occurred on one of the sides of the stage there. Because of that, it resulted in a really just in a pause of the action as both Millennial and HCS staff figure out what the ruling in this case would be. And again, just to kind of like tell people at home, you know, I've like I said, I've done this quite a few times, and I always say, what do you do when the power goes out? Dave, you ran many events as well with Gamers for Giving.
Some power issues, some internet issues.
Things happen in a live event environment. Everyone thinks it's so easy, you know, but it's something that, you know, really it requires a village to make work, and just to sometimes even get a light bulb on. It's insane, man, because of how much goes in to these events. But hey, you know, enough of that nonsense. Let's talk about this matchup here, because that Regret Team Slayer game, you know, Pnda, they look like they were starting to be able to mount the comeback there. We are getting an update, though. So Envy needs 40 kills. Pnda needs 50.
Okay, so they're taking the Slayer differential at what they consider to be the time for the power outage, and basically just saying, all right, instead of having Envy go for the first 22 kills or something like that, they're saying, hey, they're playing out for the long run, and that way it's not going to be too significant of a disadvantage for either of these squads.
So there you go. So once again, Envy needs, because of the situation, Envy needs to get 40 kills. Pnda needs to get 50. They took the differential, the lead that Envy had, and simply just added it on to this one, as opposed to, you know, starting and ending with some random arbitrary number. All right. Looks like we're about to get this one going just a little bit here, Dave. Do you think, I mean, this was a good for Pnda? I mean,
I'm wondering if it's good or bad for Pnda. I think in most cases, anytime there's a reset.
Comeback.
Yeah, well, there was also times during that game, though, too, where Pnda, like, started to get hyped. They got a few kills. You could hear them screaming out, but they seemed to get shut down fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Like, even when we saw Denoxide pushing into red base to go for a spawn collapse, somehow Mikwin had already charged toward top pink and gave him the hot 5 from behind.
Yeah. One thing about Pnda that's just so interesting about this roster is how just driven by emotion they are. It's like if they're yelling, if they're screaming, they're playing great. You know, we were talking about Optic the other day. Their matchup, I believe, against Imperium. And you heard their call-outs. Everything was so calm. And granted, you know, I mean, the situation at hand, right? You know, there were a studied practice team going up against, you know, a group of individuals who wanted to get things, who just wanted to compete at the tournament. But the communication, just they seem to really work well in the craziness. And just to clarify, it will be Regret Slayer. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. There you see it on the bottom. Envy needs 40 kills to win. Pnda, they basically need to get 50.
How does Ola get away with those overshields? We saw him just slip down there. 2 of his teammates picked off, and Ola's now top center. But that overshield has now been negated as he's getting shot by Denoxide, and I believe that was straight sick, just absolutely melting the overshield. So despite Envy getting control of that first power-up, they are down 4-1.
Yeah, that was a great start for Envy, but kind of surprising to see how, you know, Pnda were able to focus on him so fast, make sure that it didn't play a role. It wasn't a factor in this one. Straight sick here with the Plasma Caster, just trying to get a couple shots that he tossed over earlier. And
that's 3 of his teammates down right now, so that's a tough situation. What was originally a collapse looking like in the favor of Pnda Gaming now turns to straight sick, just trying to hide for his life as his teammates spawn. They can hopefully get some territory on the map. That was a little unfortunate with his position because you saw so many players top car, and during that entire scenario, Straight Sick left his teammates out to dry in a 3-on-4.
And now this is going to be that time where Envy are going to be able to collapse on each base, maybe cycle a couple kills here, right? You clear one side and then you focus on the other. That's where the spawn comes from. The spawn system tries to take you as far away as it possibly can to protect you from getting spawn camped. But that is where these pro teams excel, because when they get the kill, they force it on the other side and they charge it.
Yep, but what's going to happen is Ola's going to go back into blue, grab that BR, and he knows they're going to be spawning over at red. Looks like he was just staying there for an extra second just to make sure no one spawned there at blue. No one got a cheeky spawn. but now
spawn.
he is pushing over towards top car and is going to help try to collapse towards red. 2 of his teammates taken by the hands of Naded, though. So now Ola's on the defensive. He's trying to back down, stay alive. He does not want to get separated or cornered into one quadrant of the map. One of the positions here on these arena-based maps is just having multiple angles. So even though a position like top car or top pink is a strong position, it's only strong because it complements having other sight lines.
Yeah.
Because if you have all 3 members or all 4 members at top car, it doesn't bode very well because someone can just hide around one piece of geometry and avoid all that fire.
Straight, by the way, managed to pick up the overshield on that one, so it looks like Pnda are going to do their best amount to come back here. Just a reminder, folks, you're seeing there at the bottom right of your screen, Envy needs 40 kills to win. Pnda needs 50. There was a issue earlier, and we ended the game. That is the score differential between these 2 squads, so keep an eye on that scoreboard as it gets closer. But if you're Pnda Gaming, you're just out here trying to, steak dinner them and make this one a Pnda win, put one on the board here.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're trying to do in this situation. We see Kratos getting that nice pick on Snipe Down. They have a slight lead here in this replay portion, but at some point, they're going to need to get some spawn kills. They need to get a couple kills and then rotate back and forth from red to blue base and surmount more than just a couple kill lead, because on Regret, it's really tough to just get a pick or 2, let the other team get all their 4 members up and get a pick or 2. This game snowballs in the fact that you get a couple kills and you try to ride those number waves. This is one of the unique maps where you can collapse in from so many angles, where when players try to hide and wait for teammates to respawn, there's very few spots that they can just force around a corner and get an easy trade, compared to something like Rig, for example, where you can just kind of hide and bunker, be completely hidden from a numbers advantage, or on something like Plaza Slayer, where you can just hide in yard and just hide around a corner and usually get that trade. Regret is much tougher to hide and get those trades.
Yeah, the size of the map, the sight lines, all of that comes into play here. Envy, though, they are nearly there. They are your red team, and they are getting dangerously close to that 40 kill line there. 50, though, for Pnda. They do have the lead in this game, but for Envy, only a few more, and they will come out of here with the victory. Kratos, though, with that plasma caster, looking to just rain down some destruction on one of the players charging up from that mid-ramp. Not going to be the case, though. He will have his teammate there for some support. Over to Straight now, who picked up the overshield yet again. That is a big overshield pickup for Pnda. Let's see how they take advantage of it here.
I like this play. I like him getting some top ground and possibly even going towards top center, but he just needs to make sure his team keeps this presence in the top center of the map, and that's exactly how he's using that overshield. You don't generally want to just flank with overshield. You kind of want to be that tank that leads your whole entire squad, and they can follow behind you and follow up on the damage that you're dealing out and the damage that you're taking. So I love how Straight Sick, in some cases, he's normally been flanking, but here he had overshield. He realized he had to be a presence up top center in the map.
Straight, though, is trying to determine what he wants to do here. He knows that there could be a push coming. They don't have control. They're fighting out of this base here on the blue rampart. A kill here, a connection here could open things up for him, but he has to be cautious about the mid, and he is going to have a teammate there on the support. Snipe Down gets Kratos on the back there right by, oh my goodness, right by the P side of the map. And that is going to prompt Straight to have to back away here. 35-32. Envy only need 8 kills, and this will be a victory for them. So at this point, Envy could just trade it out here, and they would win it.
Yeah,
easily.
This is also a very scary situation for Pnda Gaming, as they are all trapped in the blue base. Like I talked about before, this is the times where you're cornered in one quadrant of the map, and this opposing squad can just attack you from so many different angles. They can go from top center, both pink and car side of the base, and look at Pistola. They just got the spawn kills at blue, and he's rotating towards red. Just textbook spawn killing here on Regret Slayer.
This could be dangerous here, Dave. If they make it happen, it would be 40 kills for Envy. Pnda, though, trying to fight this one out, trying to do anything to give themselves that advantage, that opportunity to get that 50th kill. Nice kill, though, from Pistola. Looking for another one there on Straight Sick. He's going to have him one shot, though, having to back away. 39 here. Back whack right from there. That's going to be Kratos. 2 more kills for him. Finding another one to knock side. Can he make it happen? Can the Wizard live? Oh, my goodness. He won't need to worry because he has a teammate for the backup. That's going to be 40. That's going to do it. Envy go up 2-0.
Great way for Envy to close that one out. And to answer your question, Is the Wizard going to win? Is the Wizard going to live? The answer to that is always yes. More often than not, yes.
He always finds a way, folks. It's absurd. EnVy go up 2-0 in this series. Coming up next, though, it will be Strongholds on the rig. Panda, if I gave him a game type to come out on top of, Team Slayer Regret could have been that game type.
I was just going to say that. I
Just
feel
look
like
at the
that was
talent on that team. This was like their map.
Yeah, that was a very strong possibility for them right there, where it's a game type that's really tough to slow down. But we never really saw Panda ever get in a situation where they got 2 or 3 members of EnVy down and then doing those spawn collapses, where we saw it at least once from the EnVy squad, where we saw Ola going for Dread, help get the kills there, then rotating back towards blue, rinse and repeat.
It's very good. Very well done from EnVy. Textbook Regret. How you got to play it. Now, as we make our way over to Game 3, EnVy looking rather dominant here in this series. I mean, they've woken up. You know, they've woken up the the beast, right? I think this could be a very similar situation. What was it? Fall finals, I believe, or when they just came back out of that losers bracket, made a run for the ages.
Just started making game after game, and it's just really tough when you start to put yourselves in a hole like this, especially that EnVy, they kind of had that small little reset, and sometimes that can throw teams off a little bit. Like they were up in the game, and now you have to get a fresh start, and there was a potential of, we even saw EnVy get down to a 1-4 deficit at the beginning of the replay part, but that did not stop them whatsoever. They regained control, and they just closed that one out.
Also, though, keep in mind, right, when Ola did pick up that camo, or excuse me, that OS, it did prompt a lot of people to look at it, which gave EnVy that chance to collapse. They're so good at that. On this, at least in this series, and at least on Regret Slayer, they're so good at just collapsing, right? Whereas they force an opportunity, which Panda, you think about that kill there that Tracy got on Blue Rampart when he was kind of fighting out, and they were able to pick up another kill on top mid. They were never really able to just like force the situation, force the issue. They turtled back in because they just weren't sure of like where EnVy were going to be coming from. That was the kind of pressure that team was applying on them, and they're probably going to do the same thing here in Strongholds.
Yeah, Strongholds will be a little bit easier to kind of regain a little bit control on your side of the map, because if the team gets a little too aggressive pushing out, they could give up a kill that ends up letting you have control where you can push across the map. However, at the same time, this is also one where teams just can't slow it down fully. Anytime you're sitting around waiting, the other team is probably racking up points. So we got Pistola punching through that little forklift.
Nothing's metal meet Ola. That is just not going to happen there. Good stuff from EnVy to be able to get control of the basement right away. They get some points on the board here, and just look at that. Ola always looking at the right possible place. VR Beso will be picked up. EnVy wanting to focus on the outside there. But I like Ola's play. He's thinking about, all right, I want to be able to hold down this tower here and not give anyone any kind of opportunity. Finds one. It's going to be naded. Peekaboo, I see you. Take a seat. And they're going to be earning points yet again. Shout out to Sinister Cobra, rooting for EnVy. Or rooting for actually for Panda, but he's acknowledging that EnVy are indeed monstrous.
Yeah, EnVy is such a strong squad, and one heads-up play I want to highlight there was Pistola. He saw that both the BR base and Nest were held by Panda currently, but he kept his composure. He kept calm. He realized as long as he held tower, as long as he just did not let any players get that power position, as long as he got some slays, he would just have for his team. But look at that pinch by Straight Sick and Naded. They cornered Pistola,
Literally.
gave him no routes to get out.
The only way you kill Pistola is you put him on a ledge in the middle of nowhere, and then that's how you kill him, apparently, because otherwise it's all for naught.
And even there, he had the threat of, I'm not going to let you kill me. I can jump off and kill myself.
Or stick you. Yeah, right. I'm not going to let you have it. How dare you? Yeah, that is actually Ola logic. I can tell that. You've known him for many years. All right. EnVy, though, they continue to rack on points. They continue to earn. Panda fights out of the BR base here, and the pressure. Again, look at that. You have Straysick fighting someone Engine 2, and then right behind him at the BR steps, there's another person there getting in his face. EnVy are just not letting up, but luckily for Panda, they had Kratos push out, get control of the Nest, and just try and hold this for as long as they possibly could.
Yeah, and while Kratos and the Panda squad got basement and Nest, Snipedown was able to get control of this camo. Let's see what kind of work he can make with this.
Yep, that will be the first pickup there for EnVy, and he's looking. Da-dun, Dun-dun. Oh, finds one. That's going to be straight sick. Gets the railgun as well. That is a huge kill for him. And now they're going to look to make this flip happen in the basement. But he will need some support. I wouldn't be shocked if he gets collapsed on any second here.
Yeah, I think he was just expecting someone else to come and finish that cap a little bit earlier. He decided he had to finish it himself, but he ideally wanted to try to get over towards tower before that spot was occupied. But now he realizes that he'd put himself in kind of a coin flip situation if he just immediately jumped into tower. So he just kind of took the safer route, ran up towards old snipe spawn, and picked up a couple easy kills with that railgun.
Yeah, I like that. Play from him for sure. Snipe down. Oh, my goodness. Trying to look for something. He will fall to the storm rifle of Naded. Over to Pistola here for Envy. Naded picks up a double. So a good pickup for the veteran as they rotate over to the basement with one shell left in that railgun. He's going to make it work. That will be Snipe down, who falls to that one. And they're going to pick up basement any second now. Yes, they do. They start earning points. But the key here for Naded, stay alive. He just can't do so. Mikwin had his number, and Mikwin gets a double.
And although Pnda made a great push out there, Envy still had the superior position when it came to spawns because they started spawn carbine side, whereas Straight Six spawned in the bunker. Anytime you're trying to hold outside, meaning the nest and the basement strongholds, you pretty much want to hold that carbine corner so that you can have a position on the map where you're blocking spawns for the opposing team, but more importantly, increasing your odds of having spawns in that location.
Yeah, spawns play such a role in Halo. Always has, always will. Naded, though, he won't be able to stay alive. Hook just picks him up there. And Envy are on a roll. Walshy, 61 points. They are just high earners here in Vegas, looking to just win this one out. Go up 3-0. Envy clears out 3, but Straight Stick needs to make a play.
Yeah, here's the situation we talked about before. Holding that carbine area, we see Straight Stick win that huge one-on-one with the help of Nate. And look at where his teammates spawn. They now have barrel/carbine spawns because of that push out by Straight Stick.
It's almost as if you knew that, Dave. It's almost as if you predicted it.
Yes, also partial due to the fact that you had Envy also collapse in towards the BR base, so they also were blocking spawns near bunker. But still, prior to that, you saw Straight Stick's first choice was he decided he wanted to go towards carbine. He wasn't just going to dive directly into the basement and give away his positioning.
Yeah, they just can't hold it out, though. They spawn right back over at BR base yet again, and that is going to prompt Pnda to have to fight out from above here, right on top of the platform, and also in that yellow corner, try and see if they could just pincer anyone who's going to be circling around there. And there's actually that one player, brilliant nade from Naded, just a great heads-up play. That will be a rail. A scatter is there as well. Not sure if anyone picked that up on the Pnda side. No, it seems like no one has secured that just yet. Probably didn't have all that. Yeah, had a lot of ammo, though, so luckily for him, no one was able to find it. And yeah, now he's going to have full power weapon control. This is looking pretty good here. They can potentially get this BR base and get a couple quick insta-kills.
Yeah, Naded trying to do a little too much right there, trying to get that kill last second with that power weapon. When he had kind of everything going for him, he had that scatter shot, could wait for the, the push to come around the corner, but that'll get you. It's the team that makes fewer mistakes, and we noticed how Snipedown was so patient right there, and now is rewarded with that scatter shot and the basement stronghold.
Yeah, that trip cap for Pnda did not live very long, and he has a lot of ammo to work with here in this scatter shot. And they know that Ola's there weak, so he's just trying to bait him out, do something. Just typical Pistola madness here. Charges right in, gets meleeed. Oh, he does not come out on top. Naded is actually going to find himself a kill there. Gets cleared out immediately from Pistola. 92-30. They have to make something happen now. Hook gets caught in midair, sent flying, and they have the camo. They will have a trip cap just for, never mind, not even a trip cap. They weren't even on that nest there, Dave. But they are, and they're not even earning points. They need Kratos to just push up and make a play, it seems.
Yeah, Kratos actually having to go back and play defense, even though he supposedly has the advantage here with camo. Pistola sniffs him out, takes him down to no shield. Looks like they're going to convert the BR base, but this is the spot that they've been spawning this entire game. They need to get out of this area. And Kratos trying to find this player instead. Almost nades himself a little bit. He's got to be behind those boxes. And there it is. Player hiding behind those boxes. Not sure which one that was. I believe it was Hoop.
Yeah, that was a crafty play. A little bit of a ninja play there. I love it. A bit of Metal Gear Solid, just hiding in the box. You never know. But Kratos here won't be able to stay alive. They do get control yet again. Here comes Straight Stick with Scatter. Looking for one on the white corner there. There was a trade from Ola and Naded. And they can continue to maintain this control, but this is going to prompt Straight Sick to have to get back there and hold out on this base because no one else was there at that moment. And that will be a bad spot for Pnda to be in a trade again. Has anyone been able to pick this one up, though? Oh, my goodness. Still, though, they maintain 2 points, but it seems like BR Base could flip for red.
Well, here's the thing is Pnda does not want to consistently have to keep holding
Nice
BR Base.
play.
They eventually want to convert Nest over in their favor, but they were forced to continually contest BR Base because they had no room for error. At some point, they had 97 points, and you can't really afford to give up the stronghold even for a few seconds, whereas if they had more room for leeway, they wouldn't have been challenging that stronghold.
And Pnda do manage to get a trip cap here, folks. It's 66 to 97. Straight Sick and the crew just want to be able to hold this one out, though. Finds one in the corner. That's going to be a huge pickup there on Mikwin. They still have control. They're forcing the activity on the BR Base side, and I like this hold here. He's going to be a critical player with the scatter shot. Finds one as well. It's going to incinerate him completely. No one been able to get past this iron curtain that Pnda has set up just yet.
And I've just been looking at the kill feed, kill after kill, going in the favor of Pnda Gaming. They have Railgun, they have Scatter Shot, and guess what else they have? They have a Naded with Camo and Storm Rifle.
Naded is looking to at least take this player out before he can cause too much of a ruckus here. No one on it just yet. Do they dare? Do they go for that trip cap? They're losing basement. Naded's going to have to be a playmaker here. What is he going to do? He's looking for it. Oh my goodness.
What a nerdy play, but I don't know if I agree with that. That was he must have saw how fast it was going up, realized he was in a 2-on-1 situation, and hoped to just have a completely hidden contestant.
What is going on here, Dave? It's 90 to 97. How is this happening? What kind of a day is this in Halo where we just have so many incredibly close games? Kratos tries to come out on top. He's going to get whacked there by Snipedown, who moves in. Can they get the nest here? He's so close to it. A player's going to be right above him. 97, 96. He gets the melee there on Naded, but the nades come through. Oh my goodness! Straight Sick with the plays all day long, and Pnda are right there, and they get the victory. How is this even possible? Oh my goodness!
This emotional squad riding that till the end. You saw Kratos, Noxide, and Naded all standing up after that huge victory. So many plays went just right for them at the end. They executed that perfectly.
I cannot believe what just happened. They were down from like 30 to 97?
It was ridiculous.
Like, that's just insane.
And on top of that, too, they got outslayed by 9 kills throughout that game. Closer towards the end, though, it seemed like a lot of trading, but obviously those trades are fine, and you're actually coming out ahead during the times when you have them enjoy the strongholds.
I have to say, okay, so the Naded play, there was a questionable play there, and that's something that they would definitely have to go back and look at and think like, hey, is that something that we want to do next time? But I also was like kind of understanding it because it's like,
he had to buy some time.
He had to buy some
time, and
that was so well. It's still like everyone else just played so well that like, yeah, I'm nitpicking like one particular play, but like I just look at that and I'm like, hey, if that had gone horribly wrong, who knows what could have happened? But Envy have to be kicking themselves after that one. They got basement and they were just never able to get near the facility to capture either Nest. And also, let's just talk about Straight Sick, too, who had an insane double, tosses a nade, gets him weak, caps him with the pistol. They were just the plays, man. The plays, Dave.
Just that Nest replay at the end, we got to check at some point later. Just so many players charging their dying, trading kills, those nades all exploding at the exact same time. But let's stop talking about the past. Let's look towards the future and take a look at this series laid out. We got Fathom CTF, going to be our next game. The last Fathom CTF I got to cast, I was lucky I got to cast 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, you're so lucky, Dave. Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're just joining us here, guys, here's the series layout. Envy still up in the series, 2-1. Pnda, though, they fight back with authority. And they managed to win this 100-97, coming out of, I believe it was like a 30 or 40 points, that they accrued, and that's just absurd what they were able to do. Pnda playing phenomenal. Now we move over to Fathom CTF. I have to say, man, the momentum's on Panda's side.
Yeah, momentum's on their side. However, at the same time, last time we played a CTF game, they got fairly heavily outslayed. They lost 3-0. But I've
That's
also
true.
watched Nated play this one quite a bit, and he seems like such a sneaky objective player, similar like Ryan knew earlier when we've seen him push in towards enemy base as soon as there's a kill or two, and instantly pulling that flag or somehow slipping over there, win that one-on-one, and run that flag immediately. So we're going to have to see what play wins out in this matchup. Is it going to be the slow, methodical play, just getting a bunch of heavy slays and then pushing as a squad, or the chaotic play style of Pnda Gaming, where they're just going to try to, of course, they're going to try out slay when they can, but at any opportunity, they will push over towards envy base and try to get a flag pull to create some chaos.
It's going to be a good one, folks. Make sure you're letting everyone know what's going on here. This weekend has seen some of the absolute best Halo 5 gameplay we have seen. And what's more ridiculous is that this is just the beginning. We have the Halo World Championship coming at the end of March. Make sure you guys are following at HCS on Twitter for details as well. There's going to be so much going on. We had a crazy event out in Europe where we saw the likes of Fabi and Supremacy stun the crowd, stun the world. Supremacy, the French team, going huge. But now the North Americans, they're like, don't want to be one-up at all. They want a big day for themselves. It's Championship Sunday. What better way to kick it off, man? We had some awesome matches. And now it's time for Fathom CTF.
We saw Corey Sloss making some sick plays last game. Let's see what he
Dare
does.
I say it was straight sick plays.
Yes, they were some straight sick plays. But last game, helping his team get that victory on Rick Slayer. This game,
down.
not so fortunate as we see 3 down, and Hook already on the offensive, pushed into the front porch, trying to grab this Pnda flag.
Oh, but he's going to get caught there and will fall. There goes Ola, finds one, catches him. 3 members down, though, for Envy. This is such a smart play for Pistola. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't need to shoot. He simply just wants to back away. It's just so
And right
calmly.
now, it's pure panic. You got to think about it from the Pnda side. They have to be looking around their base until they actually spot Ola. And so for a good 5-10 seconds there, while Ola was just backed away in Treehouse, Pnda was panicking, looking for him, and Pistola's teammates were coming up as reinforcements.
Really well done here by Pistola, the vet. There's a reason why we call him the Wizard. Just an FYI, you see those stats there, guys. 71.8% win percentage on Fathom CTF for the boys in blue. Pnda not having the best of times here, and seems like Envy, though, are going to keep it going. They managed to get their first cap on the board. Now make it 1-0 here as Envy just going to try and repeat that same strat yet again. Ran it right out the gut there.
Yeah, Ola narrowly avoiding that railgun shot from Nated. I don't even think Ola knew where that came from, so he's just kind of counting his blessings,
His
trying to run
spidey
away and stay
senses
alive.
tingled, man. That's just what it was. Ola is a wizard. He's Spider-Man. He looks like Gandalf. Like, he's just a bunch of things, man. Just Ola can do anything. Never change. Oh, man. Rotating over here to the red treehouse. And Hook and the crew are already going to have a second flag here, but he's going to get stopped right at the door. Here comes Ola. He won't be able to make it happen either. There's going to be a bunch of members down. Mikwin again. He flies in and makes it happen. It's going to be 2-0 in favor of Envy. Snipe down makes that stop happen. Hook picks up 2 kills there on Denoxide and Nated. It seems like Pnda, they are trying to push their luck here. They're going after that railgun. They just were not able to make that one happen. Again, a trade comes through, but railgun control for Envy.
Yes, I was just about to say that Envy are all throwing their bodies towards that flag cap and have to be concerned about a counter, but I guess when you have players like Snipe Down still staying alive, getting a pick and setting up a double kill for Hook, you don't got to worry about that nearly as much.
Yeah, again, you have to have that trust in your teammates, right? Something that we see Optic do incredibly well. Envy do it too. We saw LG in their series earlier really shine in that capacity as well against Splice, where you just got to trust one another to be able to make that play happen. That's when true teamwork comes into play. Here we go. Pistola with Rail looking around for a prime opportunity. They're up 2-0 here. They're up 2-1 in this series. They want to make it 3. But here comes Nated. You mentioned the sneaky plays. Ola could do it. So can Nated. And he's waiting for that chance to make it happen.
Yes, he realized he did not get shot in the back over from Porch, but Pistola getting a couple kills with that railgun, putting a stop to that real quick.
Pistola with a triple.
You know, I tried to be a good guy, switched to the right point of view, and Pistola proved me wrong, saying you should stay on my screen.
Blame Dave. Blame Walsh.
That is absolutely the correct person you're supposed to blame.
Yes. Oh, man. That was awesome for Pistola. It looked like a great attack there for Pnda, but shut down immediately by Pistola. Here he comes around the corner here, gets a couple hit ticks, and forces that player to have to maybe drop back. No, instead he's going to get pincered on the side. Can he make do of it? No, he won't be able to find much out of that one. Uses a railgun shot, though, so that's just one less for Pnda to take advantage of, as Denoxide does manage to get control of that one. Let's actually jump over to the Pnda side because I want to see more from their perspective. There you go. Denoxide is just going to absolutely shred Mikwin and maintain top mid control. But he got the call out that someone was going to be pushing there right from their BR, and that will prompt Nada to have to go back and react in turn.
Yeah, Nada's also going to be setting up for this camo any second now. It comes up right now. I'm sure both coaches had the time on that, and there it is. Nada grabbing this camo, but Payne with his life. There's still some railgun ammo out there, so I'm sure he's calling out to Kratos. So if Kratos is able to pick up this kill or back down hoop, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go top center and try to get that. But Pistola pulling out a play from the classic playbook, the old bait and switch. Take down Kratos.
Oh boy, nothing works like the just the classics, man. The classics they sound so good when you're able to do that bait and switch. People just don't expect it. Snipe down. God bless you, missed it. We still love you though. But he is going to get tagged up from behind. He has to be very cautious about that one there as he waits this one out. Knows someone's going to be blue tree. And Denoxide did pick up that railgun, so they're there right away to be able to help each other out.
Yeah, that's a nice play. Snipe Down had to make a decision between pushing towards elbow and setting up for this flagpole / cap, or going to help his teammates. So you can tell how much trust they have in their slaying power that Snipe Down opts to go back to Treehouse, help get that double team in slay, and then push in as a squad to get this flagpole. Looking at this, we have Nade on the front porch, Snipe Down staying alive. His teammates are slaying, and he's going to sprint this one down bomb center and juke me out. He's actually going pit. Yeah, he's going pit because he heard that there was going to be someone on the blue sub there, which was a good read. He does pick up that kill. Oh, Hoop, though, he has to reload. Assault rifle in hand. Won't find much out of that one. Mikwin, though, trying to go. Can he get it? Can he fly? No, not today. The flag does not like him, and it goes right back over to the base. And they both had the same idea. He just got stomped on the face. I mean, I think you guys can take turns, wait in line. I thought Mikwin was there first in line, but I guess we have some cutters here on the Envy squad.
I know, very clearly, man. Pistola.
Remind me not to get in line in front of Pistola.
Oh, there goes a flagpole, though, for Pnda. Trying to get the angle. How did he not die? That's just amazing. They're continuing to push this one, perhaps. Ola knows that someone is around that corner trying to regain shields. He does have a rail, though. Does he get the kill? No, he does not. A nade will be the end of Pistola. Snipe Down, though, does have eyes on the flag. So he's just making sure that no one comes in to push it. And if he does, he can scope in and just deal a substantial amount of damage, or he goes in for the challenge itself.
That's eventually be returned, but that was also a scary situation. You saw how Snipe Down was not able to look away from that for even just a couple seconds.
Stay on that.
Because the flag returned so slowly. So in that case, he had to get his body on it or keep his eyes on it and make someone pay with their life. Snipe Down eventually taken down, but we only have 5 minutes remaining in regulation time. So at the moment, Envy are just content with getting slays. However, this is a little more defensive than we've seen Envy in the past. We see how they have Railgun sitting at their own base. Maybe they're trying to sniff out a camo player, but that was up quite some time ago. I believe that was burned. So at this point, it just seems like absolute defensive play from Envy.
Well, I think they recognized that they just did not have top mid control, which was one of the reasons why they were so cautious. And that's going to be 4 down here for Envy, as Kratos and the rest of the crew are going to look to try and see if they can get another round of slays. That could have been bad if it connected, you know, but we'll gloss over that one there. Naded gets a kill on Mikwin inside, but Kratos has to back away. And he looked like he was in a bit of an awkward position there to be able to support. I wonder if there was a bit of miscommunication there, perhaps.
Well, yeah, I saw 2 members on these other POVs where they were just flying into the front base already, and it seemed like you said Kratos was maybe just a little further behind. Maybe he heard a call out from where the last remaining member of Envy was, or maybe he just did not hear the calls that they're ready to go in for flag. But like I agree, there was some disconnect there for the Pnda squad.
Yeah, because it looked like he was like jumping around from like point to point. Oh, but they're going to lose 2 players there. Naded answers right back, gets possession of the railgun. Going top mid, smart enough, but he can't quite get the kill. Can he get out of dodge with that one? Yes, he can. Yes, he does. There will be someone around him too. No railguns connecting thus far on either side. Now he's going to finally find one on Pistola. That's going to be 2 down for Envy as Pnda look to continue to progress here. Maybe get some control of the top mid. Mikwin, he bailed out of that one. And this is Pnda owning the map here, but they have to be able to get the slays, Walsh.
Yeah, Panda's been dominating the slay department for the last couple minutes. However, they haven't been able to transition it into kills, or into captures, I should say. They're now only 4 slays away. It's 61 slays for Envy, 57 for Pnda. So you even see Nated on a killing spree in this situation, but they haven't even gotten a pull recently. So right here, they're going to finally be able to move in, but Envy snipe down, being able to get that kill. They're just always getting the crucial kills they need to get. Kratos reading that ground pound, eventually pushing in here, but I don't understand why he's doubling back. I think he just needs to help over right on the flag.
Yeah, Straight Sick was was not in the best of positions as well. I think he fought like 1 or 2 people in that area, so because of that, it didn't give Straight Sick much wiggle room to be able to make that flagpole happen. And Kratos was waiting it out, waiting for that opportunity to be able to push. But as you know, in Halo 5, time is everything, timing is everything. It can really cost you here. 1 shot on top mid, Kratos looking around for him to see if he drops down. And there's Denoxide who pushed up as well. And just really, this is some desperation pushes here is what we're seeing. A lot of players pushing it by themselves, trying to make a play happen. Kratos is doing a good job on this side, but it hasn't amounted to much. He stayed alive, but where are the results, you know?
That's the thing is, we've seen Pnda gamers even going on some great sprees. Like we saw Nated spree, we saw Kratos staying alive for the last 60 to 90 seconds, but it hasn't amounted to much, neither even in the positioning department. Seems like they are happy to give up some of their great positions or transition back to defense on their base. Here's one of the plays we talked about earlier, and this is actually something that Pnda should actually welcome. They should be happy that Envy are trying to run some sort of flag, because this could create that chaotic situation where they can run a counter cap or run some sort of double cap. Look at Nated trying to get Swifty here as he ends up going for the ground pound, backing down, but ends up getting this couple slays here. And look at this. Here comes the counter cap. Envy getting a little greedy, trying to go for that 3rd and final cap. And this now creating an opportunity, but 3 members of Pnda down. Let's see what Denoxide can do in this last minute and 10 seconds.
Oh my goodness, get out of here, son. That's what Hook said. I don't care about your invisibility. And that was insane. And the flag goes back. 1 minute left on the clock here, Dave. This is looking like an Envy win.
This is absolutely going to be win. We thought we were about to see play of the game right there with Denoxide going in for it, but Hook had something to say.
Yeah, indeed he did. It's just insane how this guy, man, this young man, I mean, he's just had such an incredible Halo career so far, and it's only been like a year. Like,
and I wonder what the trash talk is, because those guys are both some pretty young fellas. What's going on? Like, what's Hook got to say? He's going to say, my parents are going to talk to your parents. Like,
oh, really, Dave? Like,
you never used that one grade school? I would always threaten that I would have like my mom talk to his mom or whatever it happened to be.
You were a tattletale, Dave?
I was totally a tattletale. I hate to admit it.
I hate to break it to you, man, but where I'm from, we have some problems with the tattletales, all right? Just letting you know, just laying it out there. Anyway, guys, jokes aside, 10 seconds remaining. And this is Envy's win all over it. They are going to go up 3-1 in this series. The boys in blue 1 step away from moving on to the loser bracket final, where they will face off against Liquid, and a rogue snipe down just left the stage. So
we are going to be checking out the stats here from this last game. Even in slays almost across the board, 85 slays for Envy, 81 for Pnda, but I feel like the majority of those Pnda slays kind of came towards the second half of the game, but they weren't able to transition it into actual captures.
Yeah, those are just, I hate to say it, but those are kills for kill's sake, right? A couple of instances there where you had like Kratos like kind of circling around, but he wasn't quite sure if he could make a play. Straight Sick kind of doing the same thing. And you had Denoxide and Nated trying to charge into the base, make something happen, but it just did not seem to pan out like that. Let's actually take a look here at the flag stats as well here, because we had, let's see, so flag grabs, Denoxide went in for 1, Nated went in for 1, Kratos went in for 1. This is, I mean, at the end of the day, right, this was simply just Envy dominating them. Although they weren't able to close it out 3-0, they effectively shut them out from any kind of opportunity, just
Yeah.
little things that they took advantage of.
There, like you said, little things. It's also there's multiple factors that went into that loss. But if you had to pinpoint one major key, it was just a lot of the members of Panda not pushing into the base quick enough, or once they got to the opposing base, the NV base, they didn't stay alive well enough and just buy that time so that the rest of the team could collapse in and actually escort the flag back.
Yeah, there were so many instances there that I felt like Panda could have taken advantage of, just did not. But now they have to look forward here to the next game. It will be the Rig Slayer, game number 5. If you're just joining us, folks, as you can see on your screen, EnVy are up 3-1. They win this game, they will move on to the next round, where they will face off against Team Liquid in the championship loser bracket finals. And the journey for them doesn't stop there, because if EnVy are able to overcome that, they will then get their opportunity to face off against Optic Gaming, or, you know, they fall and Liquid gets that shot at redemption. It's definitely been an interesting competition thus far. I know a lot of people certainly didn't have Panda in the top 4.
No,
in this. There were a lot of people I saw didn't even have him in the top 6.
I slept on them, and I was greatly mistaken, as we've seen. They are the real deal.
As did I, Dave. I mean, if you don't mind me asking, what were your reasons for sleeping on this squad, if you had to be honest?
Well, I thought that Panda overperformed here at this event, like compared to, I guess, the scrims and such that I've watched. But also, I felt like Splice underperformed. And the way the brackets worked out as well, like we saw Luminosity and Splice go against each other. So I had both Luminosity and Splice in my top 6. Whereas if I had to have, you know, Luminosity or Splice play against Panda, I feel like that would still be a very close series. So I just felt like I chose one of those squads over.
I felt like a lot of people really felt like ALG would have defeated Panda, given how ALG was performing, you know, online at the time for the online scrims and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Panda, they did not look impressive.
Yeah, the other thing about Panda 2 is, on paper, you just think of them as like this emotional squad. And
very similar to the Allegiance roster.
Yeah, emotions carry you through series, but usually not through entire tournaments. And sometimes it's hard to put all your eggs in one basket and to like put your predictions behind a team that could either absolutely dominate in a series or could just fall flat. Like, generally, the more consistent squads are the ones that are consistently placing towards the top, which shouldn't be much of a surprise.
Yeah, Panda is a team that, you know, has the potential for the highest of highs, and who knows, maybe the lowest of lows. But Panda can certainly come back here. They won Rig last time in dramatic fashion. Maybe they do it again, folks. It's time for our next game. It's Game 5. We're going to go ahead and kick things off with the wizard himself, Pistola. Let's see what he does here. He waits for the nades.
I like this position,
I love it, man.
He's just going to bait it, try to get this first kill, or he can just grab it at any moment. Also great play there from that Panda player, Denoxide. The most important part of that play from Denoxide, though, is I believe he kind of crouch walked over there. Pistola did not see him on radar until it was too late.
Yeah, he knew that someone could be there, but just the fact that, you know, he was so close to him and was able to just shred him immediately was not something he had expected. Kratos now with the sniper. He's looking to hold it back here on the on Carbine side. Finds one in front of him. That's going to be Scattershot flying in, and he's going to be able to get the kill. That would be Mikwin, who reclaims the sniper. Walsh?
Incredible play by Mikwin, but also some lackluster support from the Panda Gaming squad. I don't feel like that Scattershot player
through like that.
Yeah, that person, like I said, Mikwin also found the perfect route because obviously the back rail was clear, or not clear, was covered. But at the same time, that's had to be exactly what was going through Kratos' mind. It's like, how is this person here right now?
Yeah.
How is this person able to sprint all the way and not have 5 shots in their back so he can just finish off a 1 shot with his BR? He was forced to in a situation where he had to go for a no-scope.
And even right there, right, you see how all those bases were covered for EnVy. Naded, he pushed in, he saw 2 people in front, he figured, maybe they're rotating this out over to the yellow corner and I can catch him off guard. Although he was 1 shot, though, he got picked off from behind. EnVy are just, in those situations, they're just watching all the appropriate angles. Oh, Snipedown gets a body shot on that player, forcing him to back away here, wisely enough. Once you get body shot, there's really, it's kind of tough to just go back there and blindly challenge again. So smart from Panda, not to give up any kills early on here. Still very early. 8-3, 5 kills separate these 2 squads.
Yeah, and the most surprising part to me too is in the setup we see Kyler, aka Hook, all the way on the opposite side of the map where I feel like we don't have much of a chance to support here from Snipedown. So he must be doing a good job holding Engine 2 and staying in a strong position. We'll take a look over at the screen if we don't see any good snipe angles, but I'm glad I did not switch because we have 2 members down now for Panda Gaming. Make that 3. Let's see if Envy try to press this advantage and go for spawn slays, either at bunker or back carbine, or if they just want to get set up on a different part of the map.
So that spawn seems like it came from the bunker. Was there one that popped up from behind, though? I wonder. I'm sure that there has to be at least one player that's gonna creep up from behind there, unless because Mikwin just got picked off. So yeah, there you have it. You know, I said it before, right? You have to be so cautious of those carbine spawns, and you have to be mindful of the cycles.
Yeah, and so right there, what turned out to be a good situation for Envy kind of backfired a bit. They had a bit of hesitation. They also had some great execution from the Panda Gaming side, putting a stop to that collapse. They bought enough time for their teammates to spawn over at Carbine and come over inside and help. In many cases, if that spawn slay is executed quickly, they end up getting those kills over at bunker, and now that person's kind of left out alone to dry over at Carbine.
Exactly. But if they make them punish for it, not enough though, because Envy still continue to maintain the lead. 17-11 is the current score line here. Kratos so has eyes on one member of Envy. Snipedown as well. It's going to be one shot. That could very well be a pickup. Yes, it is. And I like what Snipedown tried to do there. He took the sniper, he had it, and he's like, I got to get this the hell out. But he just could not get over the wall in time. Now Straight Sick has a sniper rifle, and that is what Straight Sick does right there. This guy is awesome to watch play Halo. Seriously, if you haven't had a chance, there's some amazing clips from that Coliseum game that they had against ALG. It was just bananas, but expect this guy. He's like a human highlight reel.
And right there, just anytime someone's poking out for a split second, he's just able to rip off their face or at least get that body shot and create some sort of opening. But we will take a look in a little bit if we get a chance to see what kind of spots that we have these players hiding in.
Wait a minute. They're charging him, man. They're charging him. I know you wanted to see the observer here, Dave, and I apologize for you there. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Straight Sick is still alive. But the reason why was I saw Hook actually in a really clever position trying to like linger himself outside and charge in when the opportunity seemed to fit. Straight Sick, though, he's waiting around. Oh, finds him once. Goes in there, charge it. He has to be careful, though, and that is why. He has to be careful. I was saying charge it. That was the wrong call there, but the nades came in thick and fast, as Sims likes to say, and Panda, they're looking to get right back into this game, 17-25 here.
Yeah, this is a rough situation for Panda. They are down by 10 kills, and their tournament life is at stake. So we haven't gone to a Panda listening yet throughout the series. I want to hear how they're communicating and how they're going to try to bring this back and keep themselves alive in this tournament.
You guys come in. This guy connect to a scatter. Connect to a scatter, guys.
Come in. I need it.
Let's go.
Sniper, one shot. Nick went dead.
Nice,
Let's go, boys. I'm bunker.
All right, they're spawning
Yeah,
carbine.
snipe, right?
Spawning carbine. Yeah, they have scatter. I don't know if they have snipe.
I need it, carbine. I need it. I come in, one shot. You.
Barrels,
One shot
barrels,
connector, you.
barrels, barrels.
Bunker, weak.
Inside or what?
One shot, absolute.
I can get him.
Absolute, fucking loot, absolute.
Okay,
One shot.
Just live. I got him.
Stop, I'm absolute, or what?
Nice.
Top rail, guys. Top rail.
He's with scatter.
Hold on.
Top rail, he's
What's top rail weak? Oh, one shot. One shot on you.
I got him.
He's running. I think bottom rail, maybe? I don't know.
One's
connector. Yeah, Snipedown is here with scatter, bro. Yeah, I think it's bottom rail hiding.
He is. I'm gonna die. Fuck, the barrel's killed me. Fuck, you're right.
Stay up.
Yeah, it's scatter bottom rail, guys. I'm looking at him right now. He's just sitting there.
He's
Going
going
outside the map.
Bottom rail.
Just sitting over there.
Base, I'm on shot. Right corner, guys. They're gonna push me too, I think.
He's sniping 5 seconds, guys.
Nice, that was him. I'm watching on the pass.
Guys, try and get this.
Right corner.
Guys, top tower with scatter. I need help.
Nest, one shot, Nest bridge.
Guys, top tower with
One shot,
scatter. Can we
Nest
look at this kid?
Two Nest bridge. Ready's weak on you.
Okay, that's man. That's good shit, man. Wait, hold on, Carlos.
Pass. Go bottom Nest, boy. Bottom Nest. He's going for sniper.
I don't know where that scatter
Camo
went. It might have been out.
suit. What do you want?
37. Go Spurs for this camo.
Shoot it, guys.
It's up now.
Back grab is on there. Can't. Back grab is on there. I need help. They just got 35. Back grab is. I need help. Barrels. Basement. One shot basement. Absolute. Right corner, bro.
There you have the listening there with Panda Gaming. You know, Dave, my takeaway, a little disoriented in the communication.
There was even questioning going on, like, hey, is there a person here? And it seems like in most cases, a team of this caliber, it's someone who could potentially be top 3 in this tournament, they shouldn't be having those kind of questions about whether a kill got finished or not, because you heard certain cases where a player was possibly bottom rail and they'd be like, oh, is he still there? We got a kill near there, and we saw Naded die or something in those situations. So that was just, like you said, a little lackluster, a little miscommunications in there, and a little chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, they are down by a considerable amount now. They were getting close. They were really, really close. Nice nade there from Naded. The scatter shot will end him immediately. Yeah, they were so close to being able to get into this one. I mean, 7 kills, like, you can make that happen, but it is just not in the cards here if Envy keep playing the way that they're playing.
Not the weapon that Sniped wanted. He was trying to snag that scatter shot and pull off that kill, but ended up getting the SMG and laying down a few shots of damage.
And Sniper's going to be in the hands of Hoop as well, so he's looking to play that one in the back field there by Long Haul, see if he can get a couple angles, perhaps. 32, excuse me, as Envy are just a couple kills away, 6 kills from being able to move on to the loser bracket final, where they will face off against Team Liquid. That's going to be coming up next, folks, so don't go anywhere. We have plenty more Halo coming at you. It's going to be a good day. We still have our finals as well, where Optic Gaming are waiting for the winner of that loser bracket final matchup, whether it be Envy, whether it be Liquid. If it is Envy, even if you can have the craziest comeback for Pnda here and they can make this one happen, but it's looking rather bleak, Dave.
Yeah, at this point, we need to see something from Pnda where they get a round of slays, get control of this sniper, and then get control of the new sniper and just go on a legendary spree.
Yeah. Legendary spree, I think, is probably the best way to put it. I mean, Pnda, they have had some incredible comebacks. We saw them do the same before, but oh my goodness, Hoop is just going to end Naded there. Telling them to take a seat, see on the respawn. 48 kills, 2 more remaining. For Envy, you have Hoop, the playmaker, in the backfield with the sniper. Looking for those angles. No one's been able to pick anything up just yet, but new sniper is going to be coming up, and this is where Pnda is going to want to focus on, or else you incur the wrath of 2 sniper rifles, or he just combat evolves that bad boy, finds one right there. That's going to be the 49th. Is he going to get the 50th here? As he looks around, he knows that they're going to be in bunker, and at this point, Pnda knows this is just not looking good. Flying in, does he make it happen? Does Hoop get the no-scope? Never mind, it's not going to be needed because Pistola gets the melee, and Envy move on to the next round of this competition. They defeat Pnda and eliminate them from the competition 4-1.
Great job from Envy, bouncing back from a loss earlier in the tournament, and able to show that they are still one of these top squads, despite having some series where they get beaten out in. They've shown that they can bounce back at any moment, but we will take a look at these stats real quick. As Golden Boy would say, they got slayed 50-35 here on Slayer the Rig.
Shut
in
up,
this
Dave.
situation.
You know, just the disrespect is absurd. Walshy, I want to say, my man, it was a pleasure to cast with you. You know, always a bomb. Always the bomb.
I was about to say a smart aleck remark, but I'll say
Were you
it
really?
was a pleasure.
Aw, thanks, Dave. You're so nice. But yes, Envy will move on. Taking a look here at the score. I mean, Pistola, 11 kills, 13 assists, 8 deaths, adhering to Strong Side's rule of not going above 12 deaths. That is Mikwin, who had 16 kills and 12 deaths there. On the other side, though, Kratos, he had a bit of a tough game there. He kept the deaths low, though, which is a plus, 5 and 7. And Straight Sick, he tried to make some plays happen. Just wasn't the case. Envy defeat Pnda 50-35. Dave, your final thoughts on that game and how Envy will perform here against Liquid going into the loser bracket finals?
Well, final thoughts are that Pnda are the real deal. They clearly aren't just this roller coaster snowball team that can only win when everything's going their way and when they're all pumped up. You could tell throughout the communication there in some of the games that we've watched earlier and this one that they coordinate very well.